Hi students, in the last class we discussed about common factors and also solved exercise 3.5 question number up to 5. So today we discussed about the remaining question answers in exercise 3.5 and the question number 6 in your textbook page number 62. Question number 6. So read the question carefully and answer the question. So the question is question number 6. Find all the prime factors of 1729 and arrange them in ascending order. So we want to find the prime factors of 1729 and arrange the prime factors in ascending order. Now state the relation, if any, between two consecutive prime factors. So first we want to find the prime factors of 1729. So the given number is 1729 and we want to find the prime factors of this number. So we find the prime factors by prime division method. So the prime factorization of the given number is, first we divide the number by least prime number. So the least prime number divides 1729 is 7. So we take 7 as the prime factor of this number. Then we get 247 into 7, we get 1729. If we divide 1729 by 7, then we get 2 sevens are 14, 4 sevens are 28, 7 sevens are 49. Then we get the remainder 0. So when we divide 1729 by 7, we get 247. 247 into 7 is equal to 1729. Then the least prime number which divides 2247 is 30 and 247 divided by 30 we get 19. By 19, 119 is 19. We get remainder 1. Okay. So first we take the prime number 7 which divides 1729. Then 247 into 7, 1729. Then the prime number which divides 247 is 30. 19 into 13 we get 247. Here 19 into 13 into 90. The answer we get 247. Remainder 2. 4, 2. So we write 90 here and the number divides 90. The prime number which divides 90 is 90 and 119 is 90. So we get the prime factorization of 1729 is 7 into 13 into 19. So the prime factorization of 1729 is 7 into 13 into next number 19. This is the prime factorization of 7 into 13 into 19. So we want to find the prime factorization of this number and arrange the number prime factorization factors in ascending order. So we arrange these in ascending order. Ascending order means smallest to biggest. So 7 is the smallest number, then 13, then 19. This is the ascending order of factors. Okay. And here the relation is, we take the first two numbers, then we take the difference of first two number, we get the answer 6. And then we take the next two numbers, difference of next two numbers, that is 90 minus 13, we also get 6. So the relation is prime factors are 7 into 13 into 19, and the difference between two consecutive prime factors is 6. This is the relation. Okay. And the next question number 7. The product of three consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. Verify this statement with the help of some example. Before that, want to know about consecutive numbers. So, what do you mean by consecutive numbers? Consecutive numbers means numbers that follow each other continuously in the order of from smallest to biggest. Such types of numbers are called consecutive numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Consecutive numbers. These are the consecutive numbers. And consecutive even numbers means the even numbers that follow each other continuously in the order of smallest to biggest. That means even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. These are the even consecutive numbers. And odd consecutive numbers means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, etc. All consecutive numbers. So this is consecutive numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Consecutive even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. And consecutive odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, etc. So the question is, the product of three consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. Here the statement is given. The statement is the product of any three consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. Verify this statement with the help of some examples. So we want to verify the statement. This is a statement, product of two consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. For verifying the answer, we will show some examples. Okay. So the question, first solve the question. First we take any three consecutive numbers. The consecutive numbers means numbers that follow each other continuously. So we take first three consecutive numbers. That is 1, 2, and 3. Then we take the product of three consecutive numbers. Product means multiply the three numbers. Then we get 1, 2 is 2, 2 into 3, 6. We get 3. So we get 6. 6 is divisible by 6. 6 is divisible by 6. And we take another example, consecutive numbers 20, 21, 22. 20, 21, 22. And we take the product of 20, 21 and 22. So 20 into 21 into 22. Then we get the product. Find the product. We get 9,240. First 20 into 21. So 20 into 2 we get 1, 2 is 2. 2 2s are 4. 0 for 20. Then 420 into 20. 2 2s are 4. Here 8. 4, 8. 0. 9,240. So the product is 9,240. Which is, then we check it is divisible by 6 or not. It is divisible by 6. 9,240 divided by 6. We get 166. 8, 6, 13, 10, 2, consecutive numbers, then find the product, then check it is divisible by 6 or not. Then the third example, we take any 3 consecutive numbers. Okay, so I take consecutive numbers 5, 6, 7. Okay, so these 3 numbers are follow each other continuously, and the order of smallest to biggest. So these are consecutive numbers, and we take the product 5 into 6 into 7. Then we get 6 5s are 30, 30 into 7, 6 5s are 30, 30 into 7 we get 7 3s are 21. We get 210. So 210 divided by 6 we get 25. Okay, so we get the remainder 0, then we can say that the number is divisible by 6. Okay, that is 35 into 6 we get 210. Then we can say that 210 is divisible by 6. So the statement is true. Okay, so then we can say that the product of 3 consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. The product of any 3 consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. And next question, question number 8. That's also based on consecutive numbers, and the sum of question is, look at the question. The sum of 2 consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. 2 consecutive odd numbers, 1, 2, 3, etc. are consecutive numbers. 2, 4, 6 are etc. are consecutive even numbers. These are even numbers and also consecutive even numbers. And consecutive odd numbers means 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. consecutive odd numbers. So the first 2 consecutive odd numbers are 1 and 3. Okay. So the question is, the sum of 2 consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. It's a statement. Okay. So verify this statement with the help of some examples. So we want to verify the given statement with example. For that we take any 2 consecutive odd numbers and check the answer is divisible by 4 or not. Okay. If we take any 2 consecutive odd numbers, the first 2 consecutive odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. Here 2 is the difference between nearest to consecutive odd numbers. 1 plus 2 3, then 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 2 9, then 9 plus 2 11. Okay, so these are the consecutive odd numbers. So we take any 2 consecutive odd numbers and find the sum and check the sum is divisible by 4 or not. Okay, so I take first 2 consecutive odd numbers, which is 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Then take the sum of 2 consecutive numbers, that is 1 plus 3. We get 4. 4 is divisible by 4. 4 by 4 we get remainder 0. So 4 is divisible by 4. And another example, we take the consecutive number 7 and 9. Okay, any 2 consecutive number, take 7 and 9 and find the sum of 7 plus 9. We get 16. 16 is also divisible by 4. Okay, 4 into 4 we get 16. 4 4s are 16. So it is divisible by 4. Divisible by also divisible by 4. Divisible by 4. So hence the sum of numbers 97 and 92 is divisible by 4. So the sum of two consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. Next question, question number 9. The sum of question number 9. In which of the following expressions prime factorization has been done? So, some expressions are given and we want to find in which of the expressions prime factorization has been done. And the question number A. Prime factorization is 24 is equal to 3 into 4. Is in this expression prime factorization has been done or not? Okay. Here prime factorization is this is not a prime factorization because 4 is not a prime number. In prime factorization we get prime numbers only. So here 2 and 3 are prime numbers because they have only 2 factors. But 4 is not a prime number. Hence, this is not a prime factorization. So it is not a prime factorization. Not a prime factorization. Okay, prime factorization because 4 is not a prime number. 4 is not a prime number. So no, it is not a prime factorization. And the second question, 56 is equal to 7 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay. So if this is a prime factorization or not? This is prime factorization because 7 and 2 are prime numbers. And the third question, see 70 equal to 2 into 5 into 7. This is also prime factorized. In this expression, prime factorization has been done because 2, 5 and 7 are prime numbers. Okay. So the expression B, prime factorization has been done because the given factors are prime numbers. 7 and 2 are prime numbers. Then we can say that in this expression, prime factorization has been done. And here expression of 70, the 2 into 5 into 7, 2, 5 and 7 are prime numbers. Then we can say that here prime factorization has been done. Okay. And in the first expression, here 4 is not a prime number. So here prime factorization is not done. Okay. It is not a prime factorization. Another question D. 54. 54 is equal to 2 into 3 into 9. Here we can see that 2 and 3 are prime numbers. 2 and 3 are prime numbers, but 9 is not a prime number. If we take the factors of 9 are 1, 3 and 4. Here 4 is not a prime factor. That means we take the factors of 4. We get 4 comes under the table of 1. Then under the table of 2. Then 4. Here 4 has 3 factors. More than 2 factors. Prime numbers have only 2 factors. So 4 is not a prime number. So here it is not a prime factorization. But in the expression, second expression, 7 are only 7 and 2. So 7 and 2 are prime factors. If we take the factors of 7, we get 1 and 7. Okay. 7 comes under the table of 1 and 7. So 7 has only 2 factors. Then we can say that 7 is a prime number. So in this expression, prime factorization has been done. And in expression C, here is also prime factorization has been done because 2, 5 and 7 are prime numbers. And the last expression, 9 is not a prime number. So it is not a prime factorization. So the expression A and B are not a prime factorization. Understood? So just move to the next question. Question number 10. Determine if 25,110 is divisible by 45. So here 5 and 9 are co-prime numbers. The divisibility test the divisibility of the number by 5 and 9. So the question is determine 25,110 is divisible by 45. And here's a hint, 5 and 9 are co-prime numbers. Test the divisibility of numbers by 5 and 9. Okay. So the number is divisible by both 5 and 9. So the number is divisible by 45. So here the given number is 25,110. 25,110. Then so 9 and 5 are co-prime. Here the given hint is 9 and 5 are co-prime numbers, and we want to check the divisibility by 45. 45 is the product of 9 and 5. If a given number is divisible by any two co-prime numbers, then the number is also divisible by its product. Okay, here 9 and 5 are co-prime numbers. So if the number is divisible by both 9 and 5, then we can say that the number is also divisible by 45. Here 0 is at the one space, then the number is divisible by 5, and the number is also divisible by 9, then we can say that the number is also divisible by 45. So 25,110 is divisible by 9 and 5. So it is also divisible by 45. Okay. So you just use divisibility test. Okay. Then question number 11. So the question is, read the question carefully. 18 is divisible by both 2 and 3. 18 is divisible by both 2 and 3. It is also divisible by 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Which means a number 18 is divisible by 2 and it's also divisible by 3. Then 18 is also divisible by the product of 2 and 3, that is 6. Okay. Similarly, a number is divisible by both 4 and 6. If a number is divisible by two numbers 4 and 6, can we say that the number must also be divisible by 4 into 6 equal to 24? If not, give examples to justify your answer. Here the two numbers are not co-prime co-prime numbers. What do you mean by co-prime numbers? That we discussed in our previous class. What do you mean by co-prime numbers? Two numbers are in only one of their common factors. Then we can say that that number is co-prime numbers. Here, look at the question carefully. The first given number is 18. Okay. 18 is divisible by 18 is divisible by 2 and 3. So, if we take the factors of 2 and 3, factors of 2 are 1 and 2 only. Okay. And the factors of 3 are 1, 10. 3 comes under the table of 3. Here we can say that 2 and 3 have only one common factor. Then we can say that 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers. And the next rule is if a given number is divisible by any two co-prime numbers, then the given number is also divisible by the product of co-prime numbers. Here 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers and 18 is divisible by these two co-prime numbers. Then 18 is also divisible by the product of co-prime numbers. The product of co-prime numbers means 3 into 2 is equal to 6. So 18 is also divisible by 6. Okay. And the next statement you know. Similarly, a number which is divisible by both the 4 and 6. Any number. Okay. If a number is divisible by both the 4 and 6, then the question is, can we say that the number must also be divisible by 4 into 6? 4 into 6 is equal to 12. 24. Okay. So here the question is, if a number is divisible by both the 4 and 6. If the number is divisible by 4 and also divisible by 6, then we want to find then the number is divisible by its product or no. Okay. So 4 and 6 is 4 and 6 is co-prime numbers or not? For if you take the factors of 4, factors of 4 are 4 comes under the table of 1. Then 2 and 4 and here 6. 6 comes under the table of 1, 2, 3 and 6. Here 4 and 6 are two common factors 1 and 2. So they are not co-prime because they have two common factors. If two numbers are only one common factor, then we can say that numbers are co-prime numbers. Here 4 and 6 are two factors. So this is not a co-prime numbers. Okay. So we can say that here 4 and 6 are not co-prime. So it is not necessary that a number which is divisible by both 4 and 6 also must also be divisible by 24. Okay. If we take 12 is divisible by 4. 12 is divisible by 4. If we divide 12 by 4, we get 3 4s are 12. Then we get the remainder 0. And also 12 is divisible by 6. Okay. 2 6 are 12. But 12 is not divisible by 24. Okay. 12 is not divisible by 24. So it is not necessary. Okay. So because 4 and 6 are not co-prime numbers, but the first numbers given are 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers. So the product is also divisible by the given number. Here 4 and 6 are not co-prime numbers. So it is not necessary of both 4 and 5 must also divisible by their product. Okay. So the next question, last question in the exercise 3.5, question number 12. Read the question. I am the So can you find me the smallest 4 prime numbers are? Which is the smallest 4 prime numbers? 2, 3, 5 and 7. 2, 3, 5 and 7 are the smallest 4 prime numbers. The smallest 4 prime numbers are 2, 3, 5 and 7. Prime numbers means these numbers are only 2 factors, okay? Because factors of 2 are 1 and 2. 2 is comes under the table of 1 and 2. Then here 1 and 3 are the factors of 3. Here 1 and 5 are the factors of 5. Here 1 and 7 is one are the factors of 7. So these numbers are only 2 factors. Then we can say that these numbers are prime numbers, okay? So the first 4 prime numbers is 2, 3, 5 and 7. The smallest prime number is 2, okay? And hence the required number for finding the required number means the smallest number having 4 different factors. For finding that we take the product of first 4 prime numbers. So the first 4 prime numbers are 2, 3, 5 and 7. Then we find product. Then we get the smallest number having 4 different prime numbers. So the answer we get 2 into 3 we get 3 2s are 6. Then 6 5s are 30. 30 into 7 we get 7 3s are 21. 210. So 210 is the smallest number having different prime factors, okay? So the answer 210. For finding that, we first take the first 4 prime numbers, then we take the product of first 4 prime numbers, then we get the number having smallest number having 4 different prime factors, okay? So the answer is 210. 210 is the smallest number having 4 different prime factors. Understood? So exercise 3.5 is over. Our next portion is highest common factor. So the next topic is highest common factor. So for finding highest common factor from a given numbers, first we find the factors separately. Then we find the common factors. From that we find the highest common factor. For example, we take any 3 numbers. 3 or 2 or 3 numbers. If we take 12 and 6, okay. Find the highest common factor. The highest common factor write as HCF. Okay. Highest common factor. For finding that, we take question 12 and 16. Okay. So this is the question. Find the highest common factors of 12 and 16. For that, first we write factors of 12, then write factors of 16. Okay. So first the factors of 12 are. So the factors of 12. 12 comes under the table of 1. Then this one 2 comes under the table of 3. Yes, 4 these are 12. So also comes under the table of 4. Then the table of 6. Then in the table of 12. So these are the factors of 12. Then factors of 16. 16 comes under the table of 1. Then under the table of 2. Or in the table of 3. Then in the table of 4. Then in the table of and here 4. 4 is a factor of 12. 12 and 16. Yes, 1, 2, and 4 are the factors, common factors of 12 and 16. So, from the common factors, we find the highest common factor. Okay, that is HCF. HCF means highest common factor. HCF of 12 and 16 is, so here common factors are 1, 2 and 4. Which is the highest common factor from these three factors? It is the highest number, highest digit. 1, 2 or 4. Yes, 4 is the highest factor. Yes, 4 is the highest common factor. From the common factor, 4 is the highest digit. So we can say that 4 is the highest common factor of 12 and 16. So we can write 4. Okay. So 4 is the highest common factors. Common factor of 12 and 16. Then next question. We also do another question 20, 28 and 36. Okay, we want to find the highest common factor of 20, 28 and 36. 20, 28 and 36. So, we want to find the highest common factors in two ways. So, the first way is first we write the factors of these three numbers separately, then find the common factors, then find HCF. First, write 20 and the common factors of 20. Common factors of 20 are 20 comes under the table of 1, then the table of 2, 4, 5, 10. Start the table of 6, 10, 20. Okay, so these are the factors of 20. Then find the factors of 28. So under the table of 1, under the table of 2, under the table of 4, 7, 10. Under the table of, how many 2s are 28? 14. Also comes under the table of 28. And the factors of 28 are 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, 28. And then find the factors of 36. So 36 comes under the table of 1. Then it's an even number, so it comes under the table of 2. 36 by 2, we get 8 2s are 16. So 18 into 2, we get 16. So it comes under the table of 2. Then it's also 3 plus 6, we get 9. So it's divisible by 3. So it's in the table of 3. Then it's on the table of 4. 9 4s are 36. Then 6 6 are 36. Then it comes under the table of 9. Then on the table of 12. 12 into 3, we get 36. Then it's under the table of 18. 18 into 2, we get 36 and 36. These are the factors of 36. Okay. So, from this we want to find the common factors. So, which are the common factors in here? 1. 1 is the factor of 20, 28 and 36. So, 1 is a common factor and 2 is also a common factor. And here 4. 4 is a common factor. Then no other common factors. So we write the common factors as 1, 2 and 4. And here which is the highest common factor from these three numbers? Which is the highest number? 4. Okay, so 4 is the highest common 20, then write the factors of 28, then find the factors of 36, then find the common factors from these three numbers, then find the HCF from common factors. Okay. And you also find the HCF by another way. The next method is by division method. Okay. So here the same question we use division method. For that, first we find the factors of prime factorization or by division method. First 20, then use division method in 28, 36. Okay. So first here the number is 20 and divides 20 by least prime number, and least prime number is 2 and 20 is divisible by 2. So we take factor 2, then 10 2s are 20, or 20 by 2 we get 10. Then we also divide 10 by least common factor, least prime number, which is divisible by divides 10. Okay, so 2 divides 10. 2 is the least prime number, so we get 5. 5 2s are 10. 10 by 2 we get 5. Then 5 is not divisible by 2 and 5 is divisible by the prime number 5. Okay, so we get 5. Then 1 5 is 5. Then here 28. 28 is an even number, so 28 is divisible by the least prime number 2. So we take 2. How many 2s are 28? 1 2 is 2. Then 8. 2 2s are 4 2s are 8. Then 14 is also an even number, so it is divisible by 2. If we take only prime numbers, okay, so 7 2s are 14. So 7 is only divisible by the prime number 7, then we get 1. Here 36 is an even number. So we divide 36 by the least prime number 2, then we get how many 2s are 36? Here 1 2 is 2, then 3 minus 2 we get 1, 16. 8 2s are 16. 18 into 2 we get 36. Then 18 is also an even number, so we divide 18 by least prime number 2, then we get 9. 9 2s are 18. Then 9 is not divisible by 2, then the next prime number is 3, so 9 is divisible by 3. Then 3 3s are 9. Then 3 is also divisible by 3, then we get 1. So we take the prime factorization of each of the number. So prime factorization of first number 20. Prime factorization of 20 is, we take the product of the prime factors, that is 2. Then next one into 2. Next digit is factor is 5. Okay, 2 into 5. Then the next number is 28. Prime factors of 28 are 2 into 7. 2 into 2 into 7. 2 into 7. And the next number 36. So the prime factors of 36 are 2 into 3 into 3. 2 into 3. These are the prime factorization of these three numbers. Okay. From this we find the HCF of these three numbers. For that we first find the common factors. Here 36. So highest common factor is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 4. That is same answer we get like earlier. Okay, that is 4. So 4 is the highest common factor of 20, 28 and 36. So by division method we find the prime factorization of three numbers. From that we find the common factors that repeated. So 2 is 2 times repeated. Then we take first 2 is also common. Then again 2 is a common factor. Then we take the product of common factors. Okay. Now 2 into 2 we get 4. 4 is the highest common factor. Then we just move to the exercise 3.6. Exercise 3.6. First question, find the HCF of the following numbers. Here some numbers are given and want to find the HCF of the following numbers. Okay, in your textbook page number 63. Look at the question carefully. First question, and find the HCF. Question A, 18 and 48. So we use any method. First you one method. First method is first we find the factors separately, then find the common factors, then find the highest common factors. Then the next method is using division method by prime factorization. Okay. So I use prime factorization by division method. So we write 18 and use division method. Okay. So 18 is an even number. So 18 is 2. 2 is the least prime number. 2 divides 18. Okay. So we take 2. 9 2s are 18. 9 is not divisible by 2. So we take next least prime number which is divides 9. So 3 is the next prime number and 3 divides 9. So 3 3s are 9. Then we take 3 is also divisible by 3. Then we get 1. Next number is 48. We find the common factors by division method. 2. Then 1 2 is 2 2s are 4. 4 2s are 8. Then 24 is also an even number, so it is divisible by the least prime number 2. Then 1 2 is 2. 2 2s are 4. 12 is also divisible by 2. 6 2s are 12. Then 3 2s are 6. Here 3 1. Okay. So we can say that the common factors of 18. 18 is 2 into, take the product of prime factors 2 into 3 into 3. 2 into 3 into 3. And here the common factors of 48 are 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. These are the common factors of 18 and 48. And which is the highest common factor? For that we find the number in common in both the numbers. Here 2. 2 is common and 2 is common. Here 18 and 48 only one side. Then here 2 is not a common factor. Then here 3. So we take the factors of 2 and 3. Then we get 6. So we can say that HCF is equal to 6 is the highest common factor of 2 and 3. 6 is the highest common factor of 6 is the highest common factor of 18 and 48. Okay. Next question. Find the HCF of 30 and 42. Okay. So find the common factors by division method. First find the factorization of 30. 30 is an even number, so divides by 2. Then we get 15. 15 into 2 we get 30. Then 13 is divisible by the prime number 3. Then 5 3s are 15. Then 5 1. The 42 is an even number, so it's 2 divides 42. So here prime factorization of 30 is 2 into 3 into 5, and prime factorization of 42 is 2 into 3 into 7, and here the common numbers are 2 and here 3. So we take the product. 2 into 3 we get 6. So we see here HCF of 30 and 42 is 6. HCF highest common factor of 30 and 42 is 6. So the next question, find the common factors of 18, 16. So that's your homework. Okay. Question number C, D, E, F is your homework. Okay. Question in exercise 3.6. Question number 1. Section C, D, E, F. This is your homework. So the questions are same. Do the questions in same way as find the highest common factor. Use division method or factorization method, and in division method you first find the factors, common factors by division method of each of the following, then find the highest common factor. Okay. Then the next question, find the factors of 70, 105 and 175. Question G. 70, 105. So then the remaining questions we will discuss in our next class. So today let us wind up our class. Study well. Thank you.